and the omnibus. So I was forced into the Archers when I was a child. And look, it's come back to bite me later on. I'm awash with this stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavour show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of...
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into, well, it sounds like a pretty typical village gathering at first listen.
Right, a house party.
Exactly. Birthday celebrations, food, drinks, even a mobile sauna, which is interesting.
Definitely a talking point.
But when you listen closer, beneath all that surface chatter, there's some really fascinating stuff going on. Social dynamics, relationships, and a really modern parenting question.
Yeah, something a lot of people are grappling with, I think. So our mission today is really to unpack all of that, pull out those little nuggets of insight from these, everyday conversations.
Think of it like we're giving you a shortcut to understanding how people tick just by listening in on this one party.
And the material itself comes from some recent audio recordings, so it's like being a fly on the wall.
You really get that feeling. These are specific people, sure, but the way they interact, the things they worry about, it feels very universal.
Absolutely. You learn so much just by paying attention to the small talk.
So the scene, it's Jazzer's place. He's hosting for Tracy's birthday. And right off the bat, he's having trouble with the speakers, getting things wired up.
The classic party host struggle.
Totally. And he's also a bit put out because he has to go mind the pub later. Can't fully enjoy his own party.
Someone's got to do it.
True. But the big feature, the thing everyone's probably talking about, is this mobile sauna.
Which Tracy and Chelsea apparently already checked out the night before.
Right. So that initial setup, it kind of highlights all the hidden work that goes into these things, doesn't it? And the little sacrifices.
It does. And then the guests start arriving, and you immediately get these little flashes of personality.
Like Jolene.
Yeah, she's described as sensational, already busy with cocktails. Clearly, the social hub.
The life of the party. And then you've got Bert.
Oh, Bert. Straight in with, I'm off to drink seasoned and nails dry.
Huh. Set the tone, doesn't it? Tells you exactly what his priorities are for the evening.
It really does. Shows the different kinds of energy people bring.
And speaking of bringing energy, things get interesting when Martin Gibson turns up.
Rex's brother. And his arrival seems a bit unexpected.
Yeah, and people notice him straight away. He's newly single, apparently. And his outfit gets clocked immediately. Leather jacket, silk scarf.
In the heat.
Exactly. Someone says he looks a little bit down market for a Gibson.
Ouch. Quick judgments.
Right. And he's brought his own beach towel for the sauna. Which, of course, leads to jokes about...
Let me guess. Budgie smugglers.
You got it. So this instant assessment, based on clothes and a towel, what's that tell us about how we read people? Especially someone presenting a new self.
Oh, it's classic. We judge appearances instantly, don't we? He's clearly trying something new, maybe a post-breakup reinvention.
A new Martin.
Exactly, and everyone's immediately decoding the signals, the leather jacket, the scarf. We just love to categorize people, especially when they seem to be trying on a new identity.
Makes sense. Meanwhile, Stella's not there.
Right, she's busy with the harvest. Barley harvest.
And there's a mention of shenanigans with Brian and Justin back at the farm.
Just a reminder that everyone's got their own stories running in the background, even when they're not physically present at the party. Life goes on elsewhere.
Okay, so back to the hosts. Jazzer's put in all this effort.
Right.
Getting the place ready, the sauna.
Herculean effort, as it was put.
Yeah. And then Tracy, the birthday girl, she initially leaves her own party to take the kids for Thai food.
Whoa. Okay. That's unexpected.
Jazzer seems surprised too. He thought she was joking. But she says, none of my threats are daft, Jazzer.
So there's a bit of tension there, or maybe just their dynamic.
It feels like it could be read either way. Like, is this trouble in paradise, or is this just how they operate? What do you think is going on there?
Well, it could be a power play, couldn't it? Or maybe just asserting her own needs very directly. It suggests perhaps a level of comfort where she can be that blunt, even if it seems to dismiss his effort.
Okay.
But then she does come back later, makes a triumphant return, ready to party.
Ah, right. And the interaction when she gets back is really interesting, too.
Yeah.
She sort of acknowledges his effort, says something like, no one else would have gone to all this trouble for me.
And Jazzer comes right back with,
that's because nobody else loves you like me.
Oh, okay. So they can navigate that bumpiness.
Yeah, it feels like that exchange after the initial surprise it kind of reaffirms their bond. It shows how established couples can have these moments but then snap back. Yeah.
Exactly. It's not necessarily a crisis. It might just be part of their particular way of communicating, their dance. It reinforces that unique connection they have.
Meanwhile, elsewhere at the party, Jolene's got a task for Martin Gibson.
The new Martin.
Right. She wants him to take a cocktail called a French kiss over to Tracy's friend Marley.
Okay. And do we meet Marley?
No, that's the interesting part. We only hear about her. Jolene describes her as a smashing lady. Apparently runs a care agency, worked her way up, still helps in the food bank.
Wow. So even though she's not there, we get this really vivid picture of someone important in the community.
Yeah, it's a clever way to show how interconnected everyone is, adds depth without needing another character physically present.
And Martin's reaction to the cocktail name.
Hilarious. He's like, I can't say that. Really awkward about it.
Not quite embracing the new Martin persona yet.
Exactly. And Jolene calls him out on it, playfully pushes him to be open to new things.
Nice. A little nudge to live up to the reinvention he seems to be aiming for pushes him out of his comfort zone.
And speaking of comfort zones, the sauna, it really does become this focal point.
A place for relaxation, but maybe more?
Yeah, it seems like it becomes a sort of confessional space, too.
Yeah.
Quiet, away from the main party buzz.
Okay. Who ends up in there?
Rosie's parents, Toby and Pip.
Ah, okay.
And they're talking about Rosie was her birthday recently. How she's been good, deserves a reward.
Setting the scene.
Perfectly. Because it leads right into this this big parenting conversation that feels incredibly relevant right now.
Let me guess. Technology.
Bingo. Toby announces he's decided to get Rosie, who is 7, a mobile phone.
7. Wow. Okay. Pip's reaction.
You can imagine. But Toby makes his case. He says it's a basic model, no smartphone, no internet, just games, texts, calls.
The classic starter phone argument.
Right. He says it's a reward, that Rosie's very grown up, super skilled with tech, but then he reveals more about himself.
Ah, the underlying reasons.
Yeah. He says it's a way for him to be there for her more, to support Pip, to feel more connected, especially when he travels. He feels like an add-on extra.
Okay, so it's hitting on his own feelings of distance.
Exactly. He even admits Rosie wore him down, but argued it really well. So what's going on there? How much is this about Rosie versus his own needs?
That's the core of it, isn't it? It's so often the case with parenting decisions. His desire to feel connected, less like an add-on, is clearly a huge factor. It's not just about rewarding Rosie, it's about fulfilling his own emotional need for closeness and involvement.
Which is understandable,
But it complicates the decision. Is the phone genuinely the best thing for a 7-year-old? Or is it primarily serving the parent's emotional gap? It's a really fine line.
And Pip is having none of it. She's flabbergasted, calls the idea ridiculous.
What are her main points?
Pretty much the standard, very valid concerns, I think. Rosie's only 7. Her behavior can be challenging already. She doesn't want endless fights over screen time.
The battle every parent dreads.
Totally. And she points out, practically, Rosie already knows how to find Wi-Fi. Most games need to be online anyway, so the no internet idea is maybe optimistic.
Right. It would mean Toby has to supervise her 24/7, as Kip says, which isn't realistic.
So Pip's arguments really tap into those wider anxieties about kids and tech, don't they?
Absolutely. She's voicing the reality check.
Yeah.
The difficulty of actually controlling digital access once that door is open, especially when kids are savvy. Fears about screen time, supervision. It's the constant struggle for parents today. How do you manage this pervasive technology?
It really is. And the lines between a basic phone and full connectivity are just so blurry now.
It's tough.
So how does it end? Do they resolve it in the sauna?
Not really. Pip hears Toby out, acknowledges his reasons, his feelings of wanting connection. But she clearly states, this is definitely not me agreeing. She says she'll sleep on it, have a good think. It's left hanging.
That feels very real. Those unresolved conversations about tricky parenting stuff. No easy answers.
Precisely. It captures that tension perfectly. Different views, different fears, both parents wanting what they think is best, but struggling to find common ground, especially with something like tech that's changing all the time.
And just before they leave the sauna, Toby mentions something else, doesn't he? About Kenton.
Oh, right, yeah. A brief but interesting aside.
He says Kenton is putting on a brave face about the dog attack, but Toby thinks he's not admitting the stress, that he's actually scared witless underneath.
And Toby wants to sort of support him.
Yeah. buck him up, he says. It's just a small moment, but it shows Toby's thinking about others too, even with his own stuff going on. Shows that layer of community concern.
It's a good reminder that people often carry more than they show. And those quiet intentions to support each other, that's often what holds friendships and communities together.
Then, later, after Pip leaves the party, Toby actually tries to catch up with her.
Still trying to make his case.
Yeah, wanting to explain properly, not be dismissed. And he says something quite heartfelt about missing Rosie, wanting to be part of her life properly.
So it really comes back to that core feeling for him.
It seems like it. It underlines that the phone isn't just a gadget. It's tied up in his whole sense of being a father, bridging that gap he feels.
It really crystallizes his motivation, doesn't it? That deep desire for connection. It shows how easily our own needs get tangled up with what we decide is best for our kids.
So this whole deep dive, starting from just a party, it's uncovered quite a lot. Joy, anxiety, relationship shifting.
Yeah, the importance of feeling connected, the difficulty of rewards in the modern age, what it even means to be there for your family now.
It shows how one event can really be a microcosm of bigger human experiences.
So, thinking about all this, what does it mean for you listening in? Technology is changing things so fast, especially for kids.
Right. How do you balance that desire for connection, maybe using tech to bridge distance like Toby wants to, with the need for boundaries, for healthy development?
When does a tech solution actually help, and when does it just add another layer of complexity?
It makes you think, doesn't it? How these small choices, like getting a 7-year-old a phone, can send ripples through a whole family and change how we even think about being connected.
So what are you doing now?
Just getting ready for the next episode. Just moving mics around.
So what do you do?
I do the spot effects on the arches. Any
Are you what we call Foley then?
kind of, yep.
Okay. And these are all part of the paraphernalia of production.
Yep, that's the ball bar. That's,
This one.
yep, that's.
Haley so wanted to be in their own place when their baby came. It's due in 2 months. Not much chance of that now. No. I mean, it would have been a stretch for them financially, mind, but I just wish there was something practical I could do to help them, Caroline.
I think The Archers has had this immense popularity over the years, basically because it has always very accurately reflected the reality of life and living in a rural community at whatever